Hey Warrior Moms, Michelle here, and I just saw a comment from a new member. I'm definitely gonna write something to you too, but I wanted to just answer something here because I think it's important to address this. She has a son that is 2, and he's tomorrow going to be evaluated for services, and she believes he is on the spectrum, but she's not sure how she's going to be handling hearing the news officially once he has a diagnosis. First off, this by far will be the darkest hour that you'll have. When I look back on this time for us, this was probably the hardest moment of all. However, you have something that I didn't at the time, and that is this community and a support system of solutions-driven mamas that are going to have your back the whole way to help you through this. And gosh, I wish I had something like this or a community like this when we were going through this. I had nothing, and that's why I created this. This is why I coach parents. Get this news and not have the support in place when it does happen. So number one is I want you to understand that yes, this is probably going to be one of your darkest hours if you do end up getting a diagnosis. Even if you don't, you're already suspecting it, so I would definitely towards getting the support he needs, however you have to do that. The good news is that the only way to go from here is up, and the potential of what your child is capable of once he gets those right supports in place, it'll blow your mind. And I know you hear these as just words now, but you'll come back to this in a year or two. If you're being a proactive mama willing to do anything it takes to help him, you're going to look back on this and say, wow, she was totally right. I'm on the other side of this, or I'm starting to be on the other side of this now, and I'm just in a better spot. What happens when our children get an official diagnosis like this is you go right into grief mode. And if you ever look up on the line, you should look it up. There's actually 5 stages of grief when you're grieving a loss of a loved one. And this kind of applies to this scenario. Now, I know that's a very extreme thought to think grief of losing someone, and a child on the spectrum, but it really is, because you are, instead of grieving this loss of this person, you are grieving the loss of the typical childhood you thought your child was going to have. And this is unfortunately the hardest part of this journey, but to be a solutions-driven mama moving forward and getting him what he needs, we're going to have to process all of those emotions. And we're going to talk more about this, I guess, in the next coming weeks, specifically about the grief process. And the reason why it's so important that we acknowledge this and process all the feelings that come with that is because we can't really move forward as an action-seeking mama if we don't do the grieving properly. And when I say that, I see a lot of parents get stuck in one of the stages of grief. And if they get stuck in that, it really hinders their ability to help their child thrive. So I am sending you virtual hugs and love. I know this time is super, super hard. Just go with it, mama. You're doing this because you know something is up. You want to get your child the right supports that they need. You just hang in there. You do what you got to do. You come right back to this group. We're all here to love you and hug you and give you the support you need and help you with the action plan moving forward. Sending kisses.